So, solution set notation. First thing you do is the birds, right? Everyone should have this written down at this point, and it should look just like mine. So the first thing that you do is you write x for all real numbers, if all real numbers are included. So you first write your variable, all real numbers, then the bar. There's that bar that's there. Yours should look exactly like mine. And then after the bar, it's really easy. You just write what you solved for, what you just found, right? First piece, x for all real numbers, where x is greater than or equal to 8/3. Everyone has that? Good. Don't lose it. You need to have it down pat for now on. And make sure your R has a double bar. If you just put an R, it's not correct. Make sure it has a double bar here. Okay? Next one. It says, the steps to showing the equivalency of the following two equations are missing. Show the steps and determine the rules of arithmetic that justify. Okay? So, I saw that a lot of people just went ahead and solved. That can work, but I'm really trying to manipulate my equation to prove the equivalency of these two expressions. Someone who thinks that they have it, would you like to share how you did it? First thing that. Amir, what you want to start us out? What did you do first? Simplify the bottom one first? Okay. Alright, a lot of people solve. I just want to go ahead and show this. Ready? So what you're doing right now is you are writing what I have, whether you want to write it on the opposite side or not. You're going to write what I have. So let's go over how I went ahead and did this, since we need to refresh our memory. So I have my original equation of 6x plus 9 equals 13/5 minus x.
Oh, okay.
And I know that I'm trying to prove that this expression or this equation is equivalent to this expression, or excuse me, this equation. So everyone should be writing what I have on the board right now, because if that's what you do not have, it's not right. Again, if you have a wrong answer, good math students write the right answer so they can evaluate how they did not understand something. So, I don't want to see anyone else sitting here when you have the wrong answer and I show it to you and I come around and see you still have the wrong answer. That's unacceptable. So, I first realized that I have to, the difference between this equation and this equation is that this has a fraction. That's the first thing I noticed. So I was like, I'm going to get rid of that fraction by multiplying by the inverse of my denominator, which is 5. By the multiplication property of equality, whatever I multiply on one side, I have to multiply to the other. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. No? Why not? Okay. Don't do that. Then, from here, if I multiply both sides of the equation by 5, I end up with the distribution, 30x plus 45 equals 13 minus 5x. Okay, my right side now looks like my right side of what I'm trying to prove is equivalent. The left expression of my equation does not. Well, I realized that there's a factor of 15 on the outside. Oh, I can distribute to show that these two expressions are equivalent by taking out the 15. By the distributive property. Okay? On your exit tickets, when you do this, what was unclear was one, what property was related to each step that you are working with. You have to make it clear that here, my first thing, I multiplied by the property of equality. I showed that it lined right up. I'm not going to search for which property aligns with which step you're referring to. Make it clear for me, because I just marked it wrong. Question.
Besides making 13 a whole number, is that the only reason why you multiply by 5?
Yes, that was the only reason. Because I realized that down here, good question. I realized that down here I have a whole number 13, right? And so I want to show the equivalency of these two, so I had to get rid of that fraction. Good question. Then, the next thing that you guys did on your exit ticket that like kind of drove is like not a good habit, is that you don't write out the entire property. If you just write multiplication property, that's not right.
Yeah.
It's multiplication property of equality. Remember, we're working on precision, and you have to get better with making sure that you're not taking shortcuts. Multiplication property of equality. If you don't write it all the way out, I don't give you credit. If you write distribution instead of the distributive property, I'm not giving you credit. You need to write it out as it is. You need to be precise and detailed. That's what Get Algebra 1 students do. Got it? Turn to the next page.